Your caster for today, and I am joined by my good bud Billawan here.
Hi.
Today we are casting a Dump versus TMNT. TMNT and Dump, somewhat unknowns, I'd say, but actually coming into this with experience from other things. Particularly Dump actually uh, does have people with experience in outfit wars, so I do expect that to be a good little thing to lean on, I suppose. That bit of experience.
I don't think it's true to say that TMNT has no experience. Trident, they're outfit a team made up of Trident and PSET, and both of those teams have participated in Jaeger events before. I remember specifically Trident playing in a 12v12 team, and if I remember correctly, also a LaneSmash team. Though, like it's been a while since the last LaneSmash team they've been part of, if it ever happened. But there's
Yes.
definitely people that have done this before and
Mhm.
understand how it works, and that's always a valuable asset on your team because you can teach those other people.
And see if we can go over those real quick.
I'm gonna have to wait on your stream delay here, so why don't you start talking about dump first? So I don't see the rosters yet because of the stream delay. But looking at the channel,
Smash start in 5 minutes.
I can see who's playing in TMNT, and I'd say they have a lot of hybrid players. There's a lot of people that are quite good. I'd say at infantry, decent to good, somewhere in between there. And there's a lot of people that are also quite good at vehicles. I think they have people that can switch around a lot. They might not have those really exceptional infantry players or vehicle players, but they have a lot of people that can do both, and that's very valuable in LaneSmash. Because yeah, you can have them on the point when you need them there, but they'll also go and pull a vehicle, they'll go and pull an aircraft, and that's amazing in LaneSmash. And I just got a update from Fluffy Puck, who actually knows this stuff better than me. And Trident both played 12v12 and LaneSmash before, so they definitely have experience. So I think we're in for an interesting match because both are, to my knowledge, newly formed teams that haven't played in this composition before, but both have some experience. And it's a good lane. I really like this lane because it has a neutral base, which I personally always prefer because it makes for some action on bases without neutral, on lanes without neutral bases, sorry. I feel like you can often stall out the game to just force a draw. But you can't do that here, and it's also a hard lane to lock anyone out of.
Yeah, that's true. This is it's kind of a bit of a slugger's lane, really. There's just a lot of brute force that's going to end up happening, I'd say, when it comes to not just infantry but vehicles as well with these bases.
Absolutely, it's very stereotypical of SME, I'd say. There's a lot of open ground, so you can't just flank around with a Sunderer. You need to win that fight to get your Sundy up to the next base. Sorry.
Yeah. For the I'm sorry, we've been talking about the lane. I didn't actually tell everybody what the lane was. This is the Freyr to Manny lane. So let me just turn in game on. You guys can see this a bit. So starting at the Freyr lane, going to the Manny lane, or vice versa, with the neutral in between there. Um, So again, Slugger's kind of lane. It's a lot of brute force. You're going to see a lot of tank fights happening between the one neutral here, and then each side only gets this one base to back them up before their home base. So it's going to be anybody's game on
Match
this one.
starts in 2 minutes.
Both Money Lake and Freya Geothermal are also decent point holds though, so we might actually see attempts at that as well. I wouldn't be surprised if we just see them trying, one of the teams or both teams trying to just point hold it out with beacons and galaxy drops.
Yeah, for sure. I will say that both of these actually, I think they're both sides are. If they get pushed off the neutral, they're both going to have to worry about whatever air ball is coming to them if they can't hold the air, because you can see air is going to dominate at Freyr Geo specifically, but Manny Lake as well. Even though there's some scattered cover every now and again, you got to worry. You got to worry about a lot of that air ball that will be punishing them the whole time.
Absolutely. And
Match starts in 1 minute.
I'm interested
No
to see this
gentleman
air
agreements,
battle.
I remember from this game. So, yep.
Okay, no gentleman
Have fun.
agreements. I'm actually interested to see this air battle because I've seen both Trident Enlightenment, both outfits that are in Trident Enlightenment fly quite a lot, and I think there's some pretty decent pilots, and I have no idea about the pilots on Dump, so I'm very interested to see how this goes.
Yeah, should be a really interesting match. I do see in the chat that we have a raffle open, so make sure you guys do type in exclamation point raffle.
20 seconds.
It will be pulled during halftime.
10.
Yeah, that's great.
9,
you can buy some
8,
camos or like
7,
an armor with that.
6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Match starts.
And that's another great thing about this lane. You can sit in the middle here and see both teams moving out.
Yep. All right, so I'm going to be taking a look at the Dump team first here, over here at the Freyr lane. Let's see what they're starting with here.
I see
there they
very
are.
few scythes actually. Oh, they flanked them. The Dump team started high in their ESFs, and the TMNT team had some scythes high, but the majority of them is just shooting them from below, unnoticed. Most of them anyway.
There we go. Seems as if
Sneaky little play.
Seems as if some of my assets didn't render in there when I started the script. That's a little odd, but it's all right. We do have a look at what's going on inside the point building now. Looks like the VS team has set up with lots of maxes, which is kind of what you'd expect. It's on par for LaneSmash. You want to have force multipliers inside the building. Really want to hold on to it best you can. Now, one thing should be noted. We are on a neutral base, so what that means is if TR were to just slack off and let them have this cap for almost the entire time and then come in last minute, they can actually get the cap still. All they have to do is get that capped within the last few seconds, and then they can actually win this fight themselves without having to worry too much.
TMNT seems to have surrounded the base and killed all the vehicles next to the base that Dump pushed up. However, there is still a few Dump prowlers on a hill just shelling away. There's a harasser harassing them though, and he actually kills one of them with a bulldog. That's crazy.
I'm now seeing Dump. They just dropped a few maxes and some heavy assaults coming in on door 1s and 3s. This is a good chance for them to take this back if they can push up here. It's a bit of a hard push from that kind of an angle though, so it's a little surprising they went for that.
And there's maxes ready for them.
Oh yeah, TMNT was definitely ready for this kind of a push.
While you're checking that, I'm gonna go have a look at the air, because I saw them still fighting a second ago. And it's still going on. There must have been repulls on both sides, I'm guessing.
This is a brave medic here.
And the TMNT seems to be slightly winning, actually.
It does look like TMNT is winning, but I should once again want to point out, if Dump can actually do a full, very large push fairly close to the end of this cap, it won't really matter how well TMNT does for the full cap. They can steal it in the last few seconds.
Absolutely. And what you want to do for that, though, generally, is you want to drop in just before, so you have the surprise moment. And you have your whole team ready for it. And what they're doing right now is just a slow, trickling push, and it doesn't really work for them.
Yeah, yeah.
At least so far.
Dump is having a very hard time, especially on these fat doors, actually pushing in.
And TMNT has a brilliant setup up here with a navy manager and hardlight barriers on both stairs. That's
And you can
really
see on the outside too. They have sights and stuff still set up here. Although I will say, Dump, it looks like they're bringing some of the air back in, which so if they can keep control of the air for a little bit, they're gonna be in a fairly good spot to kind of pelt that outside door. Maybe they can get a push in from there.
Dump is actually pushing small stairs. They're pushing up right now. They're getting closer to point.
Oh yeah, they are. We've got Dump actually in Hall. They might be able to take this if they keep pushing like this. This is actually very good for them.
Some of their maxes are already down and the TMNT maxes are still up, so... Oh, never mind, there come more maxes. This is looking good for Dump.
Yeah, Dump is taking this with the last minute left in the cap. TMNT now has to completely push back in with only a minute left. And it's going to be very difficult if Dump can actually set up correctly on this point. You just saw how long it took for Dump to actually get in here with TMNT actually set up on here. So they're going to have just the same problem. Trying to push in with only 45 seconds now left on the point.
This is a very strong play by Dump.
Oh, yeah.
Let's see if TMNT is getting anything ready for this.
We do have one harasser left outside from TMNT, just kind of harassing people, quite literally. But not really.
One Galaxy moving in, but I don't think they had time to load maxes in there. This is gonna be a
yeah, only 20 seconds left. If they have any pop, they need to push it now. But I just think they're gonna have to set up defenses on the next base. I think this is lost for TMNT. Great play by Dump.
Inside, but it won't help anything.
No, yeah, this is 6 seconds left. Unless TMNT can pull out a miracle here, this is Dump.
They're dropping in, but I think that's too
that
late.
Is yeah,
too late.
Yeah, that is a win for Dump there. Fantastic job.
That was a great play. I didn't think they were gonna win it with that slow push, but
yeah,
they did it really well and it worked out.
That's the thing about neutral bases. They are a bit of a game changer. You can expect, you know, the dominant side to be holding the cap. You know, they're usually the ones that win these kind of fights. But if you actually take your time when it comes to a neutral base, you can really do a full push. And you can take that with only a few minutes left, or even 1 minute like Dump here had. Fantastic, once again.
Absolutely.
Great opener for Dump.
More than one final due to this.
Yeah. And you can also see, by the way, Dump only used maybe a few resources they had already used before the match started, I'm sure. So they're probably still up on resources right now, whereas TMNT had to regather their resources and actually re-pull maxes and galaxies. So they're at least a little bit used.
I'm not sure how true that is for the air force though, because I think I saw Dump re-pull a lot of air. And
oh no, it doesn't matter. They're back cap. Let me take off these waypoints. Hold on just a moment. There we go. All right, let's go take a look over here at Manny Lake. That should be where
a lot of Dump in the point here and around the point.
So Manny Lake already pushed on by Dump. They're doing a great job, very, very fast.
They have a spawn Sunday. They're strikering the air. That's looking good for them.
Yeah, Striker's super, super strong for the air, so they're using it to their advantage, thankfully. Got a small little air battle going on up there.
Yeah, they can basically deny most of the advantages that TMNT would get from the air by just having 2 or 3 strikers up.
Yeah. Yeah. Now I will say, Dump is holding on to this point. It looks like strictly on the point itself, which could be a bad play. We're gonna see what happens, because what that usually means is that their air has to cover while these guys push up for TMNT.
Oh, there's a big TMNT push coming now.
Because what's gonna happen is TMNT, if they're allowed to push all the way up to the front, they're gonna have a great time just getting their picks and then pushing back in. Because the only way for Dump to get back in here is through that mountain, which is super exposed from the actual area where TMNT is gonna be pushing anyway.
That being said, I see 2 harassers moving in for Dump, and they might just jump down here and start harassing the TMNT team. They might be just sitting on the hill and looking to pick up. Oh, there we go.
Yeah, that's a good spot for a harasser. Let's see if they, let's see. Oh, yeah. What is that? Is that a,
That's a
canister?
Marauder.
Or Marauder, I'm sorry.
I see a PPA harasser inside
Yeah.
as well, though.
You don't see a lot of these Empire-specific heavy or Empire-specific vehicle harasser weapons
So
for
the
anti-infantry.
PPA is actually quite decent for
Really?
fighting very close range with the harasser.
Well, you
Like-
can see it
like
is
we see here.
absolutely tearing these two
Yeah.
medics apart here.
Yeah. If you're shooting at longer range, you always want to use a cobalt, but in these matches, you don't want to hang back, you want to get in there.
Should be noted here, TMNT actually took their point back because they were allowed to push all the way up. Dump now has to make a coordinated push in the back door, and they might be able to get in there.
Their max is very low, and one of their maxes already died. This might be hard. And the harasser gets in there. Go
Oh
for it.
yeah, this harasser's having a great time. Meanwhile, we do have a dump harasser over here on front door as well, just trying to do what it can. But there's not a lot of TMNT outside the point right now. Most of them are inside, it looks like, or at least a small squad of them are inside.
These
Oh.
harassers are doing great work, and I love seeing harassers in LaneSmash matches.
Here comes Dump in the back door. They still have to deal with at least 2 maxes, and they've got TMNT has infantry or anti-infantry engineer turrets set up as well. So we're gonna see if they can manage this push. This is a close one for them. They've got just enough people to be even on both sides. It doesn't look like it's going too well for Dump. They might be able to.
It's sort of stalling. I can't see either.
Oh,
team really
Dump has a
making
reinforcement.
room here.
They do have a faster run into the point building. I think Dump's going to take this
Yeah.
back. Meanwhile, TMNT still their reinforcements are taking a while to run from the spawn room right now. Fantastic recapture by Dump, coming in from the back door.
I'm so glad we see harasser play in this
Yeah.
match, because it's really been going away in LaneSmash since a few seasons. But these bases are great for it, because you can actually get
20
them inside.
minutes remaining, 20 minutes.
You can actually get them inside and they don't just get shot by tanks.
So now we do have TMNT. Once again, they have to do a coordinated push all together if they want to take this back. Dump has been doing a fantastic job at coordinated pushes. They don't go in piecemeal, and what you've seen so far is that's working fantastically for them.
But we've seen that from both teams. The last push TMNT had, and this push again they're doing right now.
Oh, yeah.
They have the harasser in the back, fucking up the back door,
Yep.
stalling out people there.
They're
And that's what's
grouping
really
up, and
fun.
they've got that cheese, yeah.
It's maybe they should have put a few more people on this, but this push is very well coordinated.
Now you see this hard light barrier though. This hard light barrier is preventing TMNT from just jumping right in and creating any of that momentum that they need to kind of just retake this quickly, which is really the smart play by Dump. You really want to put that hard light barrier up just for this exact reason. They have to jump in order to get in here, and that's allowing these maxes to just
That, and
pummel.
I think it's also the pounder max, because pounder maxes destroy other maxes.
Yep,
and
that's-
they're incredibly strong. They one-clip them if
Which
you
one
hit
do
all
we have
shots.
here? This is Tree Man here with the Pounder Man.
They're incredibly strong, and Dump's making very good use of them.
Yeah, Tree Man with three kills. I'm assuming mostly max. I'm hoping anyway.
And that's a Banshee actually now.
Yeah, I hear a Banshee up ahead.
Dump seems to have air control completely. I can't see any size around.
Yeah. Oh! There goes the Banshee volley on the front door. There, just took out the entire medic ball that was up there. Ooh, this is bad for TMNT. They really need to
one
get
of the
control of
Banshees
either the air or the inside of that building, because right now they've got neither one, and they're getting punished constantly by it. Oh, TMNT coming in back door.
Oh, they're actually getting in. They don't.
Oh no, but they're getting.
Move up properly.
Oh, resonates though.
No, they're making it. They're clearing those.
Oh, TMNT is actually clearing it. They came in from front door as well. Fantastic push by TMNT. That was them coming in from both sides.
Like a proper group for me, and they just rolled
Yeah,
in.
I'm not
This
sure if that
really
was.
well done.
I don't know if that was fully coordinated or not, but if that was a fantastic play. They came in at both doors here at the same time, overwhelmed Dump. Even with their great setups that they had going on here, when you get overwhelmed by both sides like that, there's just nothing you can do. And
something we missed out on is the dump Sunday next to the point, behind the point, actually went down. I'm not sure when that happened, but TMNT managed to kill it.
yeah.
Maybe that's what they were busy with.
Yeah, that's possible. It is a smart move to always make sure that you kill that bus beforehand, because that just means you just have to take your time and slowly pick them off while you get it in there. Now I will say it looks like Dump responded with prowlers outside. I do see that on the map, as well as harassers. So I don't think that
I think
TMNT.
they've had these prowlers since the beginning of the game.
Really?
I don't think they ever died. Yeah.
In that case, I think the dump prowlers were just kind of slacking there. They should have been covering that bus a little better.
Could be. We don't know how it went down though. It could have
Yeah.
just been the Valkyrie that dropped a bunch of C4
That is possible.
parries on it.
That's
I missed that now.
That is the main reason why you would have tankers is mostly just covering those buses and making sure that they can actually push along the lane when it comes to LaneSmash.
So
Now,
Quota just asked in chat is why they're not just shooting the hard light barrier, and I personally agree actually, but I think a lot of people don't realize how quickly they die now.
Yeah,
they
that's
die
true.
To 1 C4 or like 3 decimators.
Yeah, a lot of people do just take for granted that the hard light barrier is not an invincible object. You can kill that, and it takes a little bit, but it's it's not too terribly bad. It is doable.
It's definitely better than standing behind it, because if the engineer tries to replace it after you killed him, he's easy to pick off.
I should note, by the way, this harasser just killed that hard light barrier that was halfway on the door, and I think that was actually a mistake by that harasser, because that hard light barrier that was next to the door was preventing them from putting a second hard light barrier up next to it to actually fully cover the door. So I think the TR harasser actually kind of helped the VS team a little bit.
The VS are holding this point, but they're gonna struggle. They can't bring any more people, and anyone that tries to run in here is just getting bansheed. And Tiara seems to be making a move.
Yeah, here comes Dump with the collective push. They might be able to do it right now. Here we go. Now it looks like they might have had a C4 or something set up there. They killed the medic immediately, but it did not get the maxes. And these maxes are just running through while the front door heavies. Here they come, starting to clear. And there's the clear right there. Oh, but resonades do come out. TMNT is coming back up.
A lot of TR alive. They might be able to do this.
Yeah, if they can win this.
Maybe.
Oh, it's a little even, I'd say, actually. Here comes another resonade.
Really close.
Dump really needs to get back in here. They've only got 2 soldiers left.
Oh.
They have to hold this point down for the rest of Dump to get in here. They have got to start booking it. I don't know where the rest of Dump is, but it's just these 2 guys.
I think.
No, Dump. Dump has to make it in there. Because Dump is the one that's trying to hold it. Yeah, they do now. Yeah. TMNT also does need reinforcements. Here they come. You can see them from the spawn room. They actually have a longer run from that spawn room than I believe Dump does if they had a bus in here, which actually I don't think they do.
Have a bus close to the garage? It's quite a long run.
Yeah.
I'm not sure why they don't.
It's tad confusing why they went with that bus.
There's a mag right now trying to contest his prowlers, but I think he just got flanked and might be going down here. There's Harasser. Maybe help him? Nope, the Harasser's just ignoring him. What's going on here? Not there.
Oh.
They win the armor
Hey,
battle.
there's the Banshee Mossy, it's back.
All the spawns.
And here comes some sights as well, so we're going to see a little bit of an air battle happening while they try to get that control back. Again, whoever wins that air fight is going to have a far easier time pushing back into this, or even just covering.
That ult just got sticky nated.
Oh, here we go with Reltor in the harasser here, taking out a little bit of that front door push from TMNT. Oh, but it looks like TMNT actually has the high ground harasser up here.
Oh, yeah,
using a Fury.
The Fury is actually a good choice if you want to do both anti-infantry and a bit of anti-armor, because it's not bad against infantry, and you can do both very much so.
Yeah, it takes a while to finally kill an infantry, but there's enough splash there. It will do at least a little bit of damage. Yeah. Now, TMNT I think is pushing back in. Only a few of them are in right now. It looks like so they have to somehow clear out the rest of Dump in the back door here. They might be able to do it though.
Yeah, I think this is gonna be a clear for TMNT.
Yeah, I think TMNT is gonna clear this. Oh, but we have a Dump resonate. Ooh, wow.
Oh,
Very close
like a
battle so far.
recover from dump, maybe?
No, it's a recover for both. They're both very close. That's a resonate for both sides right there.
Oh god.
Everybody's back up half health. Oh, but we do have a TMNT harasser harassing inside.
12 minutes remaining.
Dump looks like they're holding back door. TMNT's holding front door, but the Dump still has the point. This is anybody's game unless Dump can somehow manage to get reinforcements tonight. Actually, I think TMNT might get in here.
I think that's it.
Yeah, it looks like they're gonna get the clear.
So what I think is quite a crucial mistake TMNT has been making though is they've been allowing Dump to use their hard light barrier. If you deploy the hard light barrier and the enemy is using it now, you can just deploy it again and it removes the old one. And they're not doing that, and I think that's quite a big mistake. They're just donating them hard light barriers. Dump is slowly dropping in here, but they're not really getting anywhere.
Yeah. Although, because we've seen so many coordinated pushes by Dump, I wouldn't be surprised if what we're seeing, what we're probably waiting on is for them to just get grouped up and then push together once again, because they've been doing great jobs and when it comes to those coordinated pushes with maxes and everything.
True, very true.
It is a bit of a lull moment. I do want to mention, by the way, we do have a raffle going on. If you want to type !raffle into chat, that will be handed out on halftime. While we have a bit of a lull in the act.
I think what I'd like to see TMNT try is not just defend the space, but push out again, get a little bit of a comeback moment into this match, and I think they could do it. At least attempt to. I have no idea if they can go through, but they have the room right now to try and push out.
Let's take a look at the vehicle battle happening outside. We do have a couple Sundays being pulled by Dump. It looks like what they're trying to do is not Galaxies, but actually Sundays pushing up here. They really want those spawn solutions, but you can see they're having a very hard time, and that is because TMNT has been pelting them with their own vehicles from behind this little mountain here as well, because you can see that Mag Raider way off over there, as well as the harassers, mostly harassers I've been seeing. And then, of course, they've got a couple of the air here.
It's just one harasser and one Mag Raider holding them back right now. That's actually really impressive.
Yeah. They might just be waiting for a coordinated push again, even with vehicles. They might want to go completely coordinated, so now they're moving, though.
But they were holding them back, and I think that's really impressive. This harasser has been doing so much work. Even though he's running, I think, a Bulldog, he's been lasting. That's a cast Valkyrie shooting at air. That's a ground.
Quite the choice.
Yeah, that's
Now this Mag Rider here is surrounded by Prowlers and Harassers. He's not going to last much longer. There you go.
So, right now there is 0 time on this base on Money Lake Satellite, and there's no there's the backup.
Oh, backup is happening?
He is on the backup. Very nice.
Let's go see what's going on. How many people we got? Oh, they have enough people in here. What they're using is beacons this time around. They're going to just try and move quickly. Maybe they'll go for spawn solutions with a hack. We'll see what happens.
And Bragg gets a harasser inside here immediately. And the Banshee onto the roof.
Yeah, so TMNT now holding and completely set up inside, it looks like. They don't have any maxes this time around because they had to use beacon drops. So Dump might be able to just push in with brute forces, including maxes and shotguns. We might... Go ahead.
They moved the fight to the TR base, to Dump's base again.
No matter what,
from their base.
Yeah, no matter what, TMNT is managing to get them off of Manny Lake. So that they can actually get some breathing room at least. Now, if they can actually cap this fully, they're going to have full momentum, and they're going to go straight to Freyr Geo, and it's going to be a lot harder for the Dump team to recover from that, because if they can't at least get this back to normal.
8 minutes
remaining. That also means that a bunch of those vehicles that Dump just pulled, especially the 2 Skyguards, they're not much use right now.
And all of those nanites that they just used on those vehicles are now they're wasted. They can't really use those vehicles in this base. So they're not going to have a lot of nanites left for maxes unless some of these people didn't pull a vehicle last time.
I suppose they are denying VS spawns, TMNT spawns moving up. But yeah, it's a big investment. And
if TMNT can just kind of hold on to this.
I'm pushing up the big stairs. And it's very hard to close out the cap in LaneSmash on
Oh,
just
yeah.
beacon drops. Played up.
Now we've got more resonades coming in from TMNT. Really want to make sure everybody stays alive. So they want to make sure these medics stay alive as often as possible, because they're like the lifeline, because those beacons will die pretty quickly.
And they have past half time, and so far they've been doing a really good job holding this. I've seen a few people overextend, maybe a few too many resonates so far, but they're doing a good job.
We've got a couple
They
flankers
even
from the
managed to
dump
push-
team.
They even managed to push dump back.
A couple flankers from the dump team coming in kind of piecemeal there. A little unfortunate they couldn't get a couple more picks. Like,
have a fun beat set up behind the banana building.
oh,
They are
okay, so
grouping up for a
big
push
flank is
over
about to
the-
happen here.
They are grouping up for a push over the bridges. That's a hard lane to push though, if you get spotted.
Yeah.
Because you have to run...
I will
through
say,
the
though,
open
it doesn't
for so
look like
long.
TMNT has spotted this. They're still kind of all hovering around skinny and fat. Only a few people in dubs actually holding, and I think it's time. A couple dubs people are coming in piecemeal once again. This might give away their position. I don't know if that's a good idea for the dump team.
I think the push just trickled in and didn't succeed.
Oh, no.
That's not good for them.
Oh, that is
And
not
there's
good. They've only got 50 seconds left.
They might be grouping up for a big
Oh, I
push
think
now.
there might be like a multiple side group push going on here, so if Dump can get in here on time, they'll be in a good spot, but it's looking not great for the Dump team.
They better be grouping up a push or pulling maxes, because otherwise they're not gonna get this back. I think TMNT has a pretty decent hold.
Yeah.
And I do think I see maxes coming
Oh,
over...
I just heard a conk nade go off. Couple conk nade.
There's two maxes pushing over the bridges.
I think this
right
might be
now.
the push. If they can manage to get in here, this might clear them. This is a multiple side push. We have Dump is taking Hall.
One max down. But they're taking the hall and they're pushing from both sides. This is probably gonna be it.
Yeah, well, there's some resonates going on for TMNT, but I actually
TMNT
don't.
is
Oh
open and they
my
took it.
god!
Oh my god, that was
TMNT
fun.
takes it. Dump, despite their best efforts for coordinated push there, and it was a good push, they came in too late. And also, they actually got cleared off, too. They got cleared back off by TMNT. Fantastic hold by TMNT. Let's see if they have the back cap. They have the back cap already going, too.
Oh my god, this is impressive. This
Oh,
is an
yeah.
impressive comeback.
They are moving very quickly, and they are actually now going to take the lead for this first half, I believe. Yeah.
No, that should be 1-1.
Is it 1-1?
Yeah.
Oh, that's true. Yeah.
It's it's not like it used
Yeah,
to be
yeah,
back in the day. Yeah.
But still yet, though, they do have enough time, I believe, to cap this fully if they can do a cap as fast as they did a cap last time.
They do.
They
but they're
need
already
to move
getting
quickly.
pushed off the point. It's gonna be really hard.
It's going to be hard, but considering how well they did that last push, or that last hold, I think they could do it. We do have a lot of dump in here, so we got to see a coordinated push by TMNT, get them out of there, and then actually hold on to this point.
I think
a lot of dump are now in here.
They could do it, but I think Dump was very quick on getting in here, and TMNT was not.
Yeah,
as
it's
fast as they
surprising
could have
too,
been.
considering TMNT actually had the what's the term I'm looking for? The tactics to go ahead and get that back cap started. I'm surprised they didn't move a little faster to get the entire squad going here. They are only just now spawning in, it looks like.
I think the issue is that they lingered at the last phase, making sure that doesn't flip, kill the last people there, and you don't want to do that.
Yeah.
As soon as you know you're gonna get that back cap, just get out of there.
Once you have the back cap, there is
Die,
absolutely no point in being at that last base.
But I'm really impressed by TMNT actually getting this cap only on beacon.
3 minutes remaining.
That was amazing.
Yeah, that was a great play by TMNT, holding that super well. Now we do have to see some way for TMNT to try and push in here. There's only a few minutes left in the match, so I'm not sure if they even have enough time to cap. But at least just to kind of flex a bit, I'm sure they want to still do a little bit of fighting. Let's see if we can find anything happening out here.
I still see Dump having complete armor control, including Sky Guards, and it doesn't really allow TMNT to make use of the air control they fought so hard for earlier.
Now, what's interesting, actually, I have noticed that Dump has had Prowlers almost the entire time, and they've basically been a force on in the vehicle side or on the ground the entire time. So they are really denying TMNT any kind of Sunday solution right now, and you can see there's not really anything happening. Other than just TMNT waiting out the timer, I believe. It looks like actually Dump, yeah, Dump had a little bit of a cap time going on here, which TMNT looks like they've taken them off.
Yeah, but they had very few people on point.
Yeah.
It didn't look great for them, honestly.
Yeah. So this is just going to be a bit of a draw for both sides for the first half, it looks like.
Yeah, there's no timers that could take over anymore, so...
Pretty good,
this
pretty
is a
good
1-1
fight, yeah.
first round.
Pretty good fight for both sides, honestly.
Great coordination from Dump, for sure.
Great coordination by both, actually. I'd say that TMNT did a great job at retaking that at Manny Lake. They did that quite well, considering how much presence there was with Dump being able to run in much faster than TMNT.
Absolutely. I'm not entirely sure if that's fair to say, but I think what we might be seeing is maybe...
1 minute remaining, 1 minute.
Maybe TMNT being a tiny bit higher on the individual skill level, and dumping
Possibly.
slightly better at
Possibly. That's what
I'm not sure.
That is what it seemed like. Just coming in from that Manny Lake fight, you can see Dump really doing a great job of coordination. But TMNT, when it came down to those actual resonate fights and such, they did usually win those clears. So they had a little bit of an easier time when it came to that part at least.
Very hard to tell though. I think it's a
pretty close fight. Yeah.
Very close. Yeah.
Yeah. TMNT once again setting up on Freyr Geo, though they can't really cap at this point. So this is going to be a half coming in just a little bit. But yeah, fantastic job by both sides so far. This has really been quite an exciting match.
Yeah.
Let's see if we can see a couple of loadouts we got going on here.
And the front, please everyone leave the continent.
It seemed a bit one-sided to me at first, but that comeback was really strong.
Yeah, it really was. All right, let's get off the lane there. Set my waypoints back up, and then we'll take a look at...
We can look at the TMNT roster. We didn't do that yet, did we?
We looked at it, but you actually kind of explained it pretty well. So I think we got the gist of it for that.
The Dump one on stream.
No, I got them both on there.
Okay.
There we go. All right. So oh, by the way, one more time, we do have a raffle going on. Type !! raffle, and I believe this is halftime. So I believe we're going to have that winner announced soon here. So.
Yeah, win that raffle. Get yourself some camo or some.
Get your free cash.
Yeah, free Daybreak cash. Your free Rel box.
That was an exciting match though. That was definitely a quite intense from just both sides being so kind of equal but in different ways. I think so. I'm really excited to see how the Dump team kind of handles this next. Going in knowing that TMNT just kind of held them off with just a beacon. I think that might have shook them. That might have rattled them. It would rattle me. That's for sure. So I want to see how they kind of respond to that, being able to take that neutral again, and then TMNT. I'm hoping maybe we'll see what they do if they can actually, because Dump might try the same tactic where they just hold off until the very end and then take it themselves at the last second. That is entirely possible. So we're gonna see if TMNT can kind of counter that play if it happens again.
Yeah. I wasn't really sure what to expect going into this match because, as I said, I know the TMNT team, but I do not know the Dump team at all.
All teams can join now the Warp game.
I have played maybe 10 hours total on Connery, and that's about my experience with Connery.
Yeah. I know them a little bit.
It was really interesting, and I'm really hyped to see.
You can also join your starting base, M Station or Bailam.
I'm really hyped to see what both teams learn from that, what they're going to improve
Oh yeah.
upon in the second round. Because I think that's my favorite part about LaneSmash. You see these teams coming in, and because it's such a hard format to set up, you can't really practice that much for it. Because every team plays it a little bit different as well. And you always see them learning in the second round and adapting to
Yeah,
it.
for
And
sure.
I think that's one of the more fun aspects of LaneSmash.
I think both sides, honestly, they played pretty similar to each other. I saw Max's, I saw good
5
squad
minutes
comp.
before we start the next round. 5 minutes.
I saw good squad comp, I saw Max's, and I saw both air and vehicles for both sides at some point. So they're actually playing similar enough to each other that it's, they're going to have just a hard time in general kind of countering each other because they're playing similar to each other as it is. It's just it's going to be entirely based off of how well they coordinate, how well they push. They're doing a great job so far. Hey Billy, you won the raffle by the way. Looks like.
This is clearly rigged. Dude.
Yeah, this is definitely a rigged. I'm just gonna put a complaint in the planet side battles.
That's gonna be a sunglass smiley from me.
But
Hey.
yeah, these teams are I think they're doing a great job, and this is exactly what you would kind of want from LaneSmash teams. They're doing good squad comps, good amount of cheese, but not overdoing it and running out of nanites too quickly either.
I think a difference that we did see is TMNT were running Mag Riders, but they dropped down to one Mag Rider later on, and they were relying a lot on harassers, and that's a very uncommon tactic, but they really pulled it off. Because harassers aren't that strong at the moment, at least most people think so. I don't really know, I don't play that much harasser, but they don't seem that strong to me either, but they really made it work.
Yeah. Those harassers, you don't see it very often anymore. And considering how well it was working out, maybe we'll see a resurgence at some point in the future. I would love to see a resurgence of harassers because I adore those vehicles, much more than I'd say tanks because they're just so versatile. But they got so heavily nerfed at one point, and then people kind of gave up on how to use them. But yeah, maybe we'll see a resurgence at some point. I would love that.
Remaining.
I think most people do. Buggies are just fun, and I think everyone loves them. Like whenever you have I remember when PlanZ didn't have harassers, and people were like, "Oh, can we get a buggy in this game?" People just love buggies.
Well, people just use their flashes as the best they could, I suppose. But yeah, it was just not nearly as fun in the pre-harasser days, that's for sure.
Yeah.
I want to talk about the switch on the lane here. If Dump were to take Aurora Mats like they did last time, how well do you think they're going to be able to hold on to Freyr Geo if they get in there again? Because they did an okay job at pushing together when it came to Manny Lake, but Freyr Geo has kind of a different flow to it because you have to use buses from the back side still, but it's like the run is slightly different and it's a little bit shorter, but it's still open, very
starts
open.
In 2 minutes.
I think the buses at Freya Geothermal, if you have it in a normal spot behind the point, like looking from spawn room behind the point, behind the pipe, I think people that play this game know what I'm talking about. If you don't, you're probably gonna see it later on. It's really hard to keep those there because they are so vulnerable to the M station, both to the turrets and to infantry standing on the walls. And you can just shut those buses down, and that
and I'm
makes
sure
it very hard for you reinforcements to come in because the only other possible way to get in is either further away with the garage or running past the spawn room, and those both aren't great options. That being said, I think a lot of work for TMNT was done by their harassers shooting inside the team.
Yeah, and that's what I'm afraid of. If Dump
and they can't do that here.
Yeah, if Dump manages to hold on to Freyr Geo, those harassers are going to have a hard time actually taking out anything.
In 1 minute.
Taking out anything inside the building, but they're going to have a I'd say an easier time actually on the outside if Dump wants to push up at all and actually try to hold them off on the spawn. Then the harassers are going to have a great time. But it didn't really look like either side wanted to leave those spawn room build or those point buildings at all when it came to actually point holding.
They should on Freya Geothermal either, unless you have a very secure hold and you know you're going to beat that other team. I don't think you should. And it's such a great building to hold. There's such few angles to push in.
Double stacks are like that. Very strong points to hold in general. You get that top stairway hold, and then
20 seconds before round starts.
just the above area there where it's just an open balcony. It's just crazy.
Something I noticed that we have seen very little of, or that we've seen a lot of in other matches, is C4 is always starting.
7.
But there was not a lot of C4.
5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Round starts.
And I see a lot of Mozzies again and very few scythes. I only see 5 scythes total. Just sort of waiting for them.
Oh, there we go.
Not sure what the play is here from TMNT. They might just go heavy on the hold again. I'm surprised because that didn't work out well for them last time.
Now it looks like TMNT has gotten here before Dump, which is going to be bad news for Dump because TMNT, you remember, they were the ones that were able to hold with just a beacon last time and only medics for the full time.
That, but they got pushed out in the opener, in the beginning.
That's
they
true.
Lost that hold.
Yeah, Dump might just do that same tactic here as well. And it honestly, it looks like we've got a lot of vehicle presence by Dump, so they might be going for spawn setups first, and then coordinated push after, which might not be the worst idea, honestly. This is a great kind of that opener where the neutral is the base. That might be a good idea for them.
Dump did win the air battle here. However, I do not see any air to ground. Oh, there's Maxis dropping in here. Oh, and they died. One died at least. They just died dropping from the galaxy. That's not supposed to happen.
Yeah, that's
unlucky.
Yeah, very unlucky.
Not much you can do at that point.
Yeah, that's nanites wasted there.
Sunday here, but it immediately got taken up by Mag Riders just hanging back here. 2 Mag Riders just being passive. And that's exactly what you want them to do on those days, in my opinion.
Yeah, this is a great tactic by the TMNT team. Just want to hold on to the outside area where you would normally expect a Sunday to be able to roll up to. These guys are just going to be uncontested for a while unless they get a Prowler flanked up here or the airball really focuses them. So they're in a good spot. They're going to be denying spawns for a long time over there. We do have this
exactly where Dump was last time as well, but TMNT didn't even push up Sunday, so they didn't do much.
Now, I will say this is similar. This is kind of a similar situation that Dump was in last time, and they surprised us with that last-minute push and actually capping it. So I'm not too surprised if Dump is just kind of waiting this out and really just going for the big push at the end. We'll see what happens here.
I see something really interesting here. There's a flash here on point.
Oh yeah, I saw that. I was going to comment.
And what I think they're doing is that flash probably has radar on it, right? So it acts as a motion spotter. What if the driver also has logistics specialists, so they act as a router effectively?
I don't think that's not scout radar there.
Is it not?
No, I think that might be I'm actually not sure what that is, but I don't think that's scout radar.
Then I don't see why they would do this unless that person has logistics specialists, because he might spawn.
Yeah, logistics specialist is not like a band implant or anything, so that is possible. I haven't seen anybody spawn on him, but that is a possibility.
I haven't seen any TMNT players die, so maybe that's why. And I see another dead TMNT Dump Max.
Yeah, I'm
the rest out here doing work.
Wondering where the Dump push is going to be from, if there's going to be one. They might just be having a really hard time coordinating this go around. I hope that's not the case though. Oh wait, as I say that, we have some Dump guys just land on the roof here. They might just start grouping up. Got a good portion of them.
And just hit the wall and died. That looked really unfortunate.
Yeah.
It's a very hard move to do, ramming those through the doors.
Now Dump.
Oh. Supposed to happen.
TMNT Heavy over here takes out a Dump Heavy very quickly with his Desi. Oh, and he got the spot on this whole push before they were able to push. That actually kind of cost them that momentum they were about to have. Unfortunate news, the Dump push, that was about it. I don't see another push coming in from another angle.
They could be preparing Galaxy Drop.
I really hope so, because Dump's going to have a very hard time if they have to worry about Manny Lake. Because that is a strong point hold for TMNT, it looked like.
I don't see a drop coming in though, rather they're still
they're still using a lot of beacons as well.
Not sure that's the play here.
Let's see if they have anything set up for the next base, too. I don't see anybody ready to do a back cap on Manny Lake, so they might have just enough time to take this back first.
Inside the base, next to the point, and that's a cap for...
That is a cap for TMNT. They get the neutral. Dump needs to take this back as quickly as possible before they get back capped. All TMNT needs is one person to get back there.
That was a strong point hold from TMNT once again. Really impressed with these point holds.
Yeah, you can see they kind of learned from last time. They really just...
flip at Manny Lake.
Oh, alright. So let's head on over to Manny Lake. How many people we got in here? Just a couple, but I'm sure a lot more are about to show up. Yep, you can hear them there. So, like we were saying before, you really want to see how these guys learn from last time. Well, you remember last time we saw them have to move very quickly to the next base after they got the back cap. They were very slow with it. This time around, we have at least half the squad is already here. They've all dropped here very quickly, which is definitely what you want to see when it comes to a back cap. You want everybody there immediately.
So the air did try and stop this drop, but they got them just after they dropped. That was very unfortunate for them. Oh, and this mosquito crashed. There's already a TMNT harasser inside here again. I love these harasser plays from TMNT. It goes down sadly, but...
So we have Dump now. They have to do a coordinated push if they want to get back in here, because there's a few TMNT guys in here. Not a ton, but because they're set up fairly well, it doesn't take a lot to be able to hold on to them. Now we've got medics back inside for the TMNT team. Only like 5 people inside. If Dump takes that front entrance and then push in, they're going to get this back really easily. TMNT has to push them back off or put some hard light barriers out.
There's the lightning inside. I didn't even know you could get them inside the space.
Oh yeah, look at that. It's a good play though by Dump, because that splash could hit quite a ways around that corner. It basically forces TMNT to stay in the back door behind that server box.
It's an AP lightning, so I'm not sure it's doing that much, and it is getting bullied by infantry.
Yeah, Dump here. They're doing an okay job at kind of doing their small picks. I'm not seeing a coordinated push, but more importantly, TMNT having a very hard time getting completely conglomerated back on that point. Now we do have a small push coming in from the side, but again, they're just not making a lot of. They're not getting a lot of people in, and I don't see spawn solutions for them. So they have to do something here.
They did have a Cloak Sunny in the garage for a little while, but the armor spotted the Dump armor and took it out.
Alright, well, TMNT's still holding, so if
past half-time here already.
If Dump can do a coordinated push once again, if they can actually get in here at some point, they won't have too hard of a time getting this cleared up because they've only got 1 max. There's a lot of medics, but a coordinated push from Dump I've seen already. You know, they're very, very effective, but they haven't really done it. It's very surprising that we're not seeing a lot of coordinated pushes.
And they've set up everything around. They've got the Sunday around, and they've taken out the enemy harassers, the TMNT ones, so they're set up for push. And I think we might see it around the back door here, like grouping sort of.
Yeah, they're moving.
Ready to push.
I think they are getting ready.
They are moving.
Oh, yep, here comes the push. They're starting to jump in. We've got backdoor. Dump is coming into backdoor.
They are getting killed though. There's resonates from NC, from TMNT.
We'll just have to see if TMNT can actually push Dump back out of the back door.
This is a resonate wall once again. Look at that.
Yeah, that's.
Seems like TMNT
might be able to hold this. Yeah.
Again. Really strong showing here.
Yeah, fantastic resonates by TMNT. They're doing a great job. This is exactly how they won the Aurora mats during last half. They held on to it with beacons and resonates. They're doing a fantastic job once again.
And it's only 15 seconds left.
Yeah, and Dump's entire push has already died. And there goes that Sunday.
Kicking them out entirely of the violet is going to be really hard. Because the 3-point violets you can always get on another point at another backup.
And there goes the cap for TMNT. Let's see if they have a back cap.
Nope, but they have someone.
Don't see anybody. Yeah, there's definitely somebody there. I don't.
Now it's flipped.
Oh.
The violet points up there.
Okay, so they've already got the bio cap started. So let's see if see what they can do here. Now, bio labs are going to be really hard for Dump, because they were doing an okay job when it came to coordinated pushes, but when it comes to biolabs, you kind of have to spread out naturally anyway. So because TMNT, we've already established they're just a little bit better, I'd say, at infantry. They're going to have a very hard time when it comes to this biolab. I am still curious though, if Dump can do a coordinated push from one point to another to another to another, they might still be able to take this back.
I think it's going to be very hard to capture this biolab. I think the
20 minutes remaining.
The only possible way I could see for this biolab to be captured by TMNT is if they manage to take the SCU down. Because if the SCU goes down, Dump loses the spawn room, and they're restricted to only using the teleporter under the rock. And that's a very easy cancellable teleporter. And I think if TMNT manages to do that, take down the SCU, they have a chance of capturing this, but I think it's going to be very hard.
Yeah, we do see Dump still holding on to B point, which is the one closest to their spawn, so that's understandable. TMNT, however, they have control of both A and C, which you really don't want them to have A over here at this point, because this is their spawn room. This is close enough to their spawn room. If TMNT can get a hold going on in here, that's going to cause Dump to really have to work hard to get them back out of that. But it does look like Dump finally, they do have A back. There's more than enough of them to hold off TMNT for a little while here. Meanwhile, TMNT kind of doing an okay job at holding on to C point.
And really, the bare minimum for TMNT here would be to just keep holding and flipping 1 point in the biolab, so they deny Dump from going back down the lane.
Yeah.
And I could absolutely see that happen because we've seen very strong play from Dump so far.
I want to point out,
especially when they were on the offensive.
I want to point out the Dump hold that was inside of A point is slowly getting cleared out. They're gonna need reinforcements coming in from their spawn room if they want to hold on to this, because TMNT's getting the picks that they need. There's only one actual soldier in here, 2 now. Oh, here comes TMNT. They came back in. TMNT now holding on to A point. They push Dump back out.
TMNT generally very strong at holding points, I have noticed. Like whenever they were holding on to a point, they seemed very, very strong at it.
Here comes Dump with a couple more maxes, doing a bit of a push here at their side 4 square. See if they can go in. They're not stopping for any reason. They're actually pushing right in.
Yeah, they're just
that is how you want to play when it comes to getting these point caps. You want to be moving like that. You don't want to stop at the front door. Good play there by Dump. Now let's see if they can keep going on their momentum, because they got to keep that up. If they stop at any point, TMNT is going to push them back to wherever they were at originally. Couple of the Dump boys here on the side trying to hold off TMNT while they get regrouped inside the 4 square.
You know how I said in halftime that I didn't see a lot of C4 usage? I'm gonna take that back. I'm seeing lots of C4 go off right now.
Yeah. I will say we haven't seen as much C4 as a previous match that we've casted, but
one TMNT heavy by himself tried to overload the SU, but immediately got spotted by a shotgun engineer. And they made
and here comes Dump, door 3 of Fat. They're not stopping once again. This is how you want to play. Oh, one max goes down. He will probably get res. He's got phylactery, so he doesn't have to be manually res there. Let's see if that other max wants to keep the momentum going. He's just going to stay right there. It looks.
He's gonna struggle pushing these 2 TMNT max. They're low though.
There's not very many left. We do have a medic that just came up and shotgunned that max in the back, blasted him. TMNT does come back up Fat though. They're resecuring Hall.
Those maxes are really getting low on Dump's side.
Yeah.
And there it goes.
Yep, there goes another Dump max, but he does... Oh, it's Mr. Bubbles. He has phylactery. He will get back up in just a second.
I'm not sure
there he goes.
Out of here, though.
Well, when you res with phylactery, you have full, you get full health, so he can do at least a little damage. Unfortunately...
You do not get full health.
You don't get full health? Oh, okay.
No, you get, I think, about 30%.
30%, okay.
50.
It shows full health on the little bar, but I guess that's a bug.
You can run the revive implant.
Yeah.
whatever it's called.
That might be what they're running then, because I usually, whenever these maxes have gone back up.
Because Safeguard buffs you on a max, buffs you to more than 100% HP on a rebuff.
Yeah, I think that is what they're running with Phylactery though.
You should be, absolutely.
Yeah.
It's ridiculous how strong that implant is.
You can see when he gets back up, he has full health, and he was at least able to do a little damage. Unfortunately, the heavy did take him down there. Now we do have Dump. They're grouped back outside on both Skinny
15 minutes remaining.
Skinny
15.
and Door 3. TMNT doing a good job holding him back off. They're actually doing a counter push here.
Not seeing from TMNT here is a light assault sitting on the SCU tower, just shooting the people that are trying to push small stairs in the back. That is such a strong position in Biolabs, and I've seen PSET specifically do it on live.
Now Dump.
So I'm really confused why they're not doing it here.
Dump held onto the point here long enough for the cap basically to reset, but because there are TMNT is still holding on to C point, that doesn't mean that they can go back and back cap. They need to get them off of all 3 points at the same time.
TMNT is trying to make a move for the SCU here. They all just pushed out of A point. And
yeah,
they
have A.
SCU.
They've got SCU. They've got C and A. They're in a great spot right now if they can hold on to all 3 of these points and hold on to that scoop.
Hold on to SCU, I think that's the play here actually. That is probably the winning condition for this Biolab.
Yeah.
Because you shut down the main spawn and you restrict the other team to probably the worst teleporter you can have in a Biolab. And that's only 38 seconds left on this SCU.
Yeah, once again, the Dump team having a hard time. Oh, yeah. Look at that, they actually...
generator, that's a big play.
Yeah, they repped the gen.
And the S inside are dying. That's a resecure. That's SCU resecure. That's really well done.
Yeah. Yeah, good push by Dump. Once again, that was a coordinated push there. We didn't really see a lot of that so far in this half, but if they can keep with that momentum, keep doing kind of group pushes, they might be in a good spot. They might be able to at least take back this Biolab, maybe go back and get the next cap point if they move quickly enough. Because right now they're having a hard time when it comes to piecemeal.
They're a good team, and I could totally see them do.
Yeah.
I think they had such a strong showing in the first half.
Yeah.
In the beginning. I think they could. They just need to get their shit together, I guess. And they are sort of doing it here now. They are just boarding through with those maxes.
Alright.
So these generator repairs, I'm a guess what happened here. We've seen it before in another map.
Yeah, I was gonna mention that. I think they might have thrown repair nades, right?
Yeah, I think that is what they did, because TMNT has control of this building, but if you get one repair grenade on there, that's I think 20% of the generator repaired. That is insane, and you can throw them, if you can get them, I'm not sure if the distancing works out on Biolab, but if you throw them on an outside wall, and it's in AoE range of the repair grenade, it still repairs the generator.
Yeah, I think so too.
They're incredibly strong.
Yeah, super strong for this format.
Oh, not just for this format, on live even.
Yeah.
For example, on amp stations, you can repair generators from the tunnels, just throwing repair nades at the roof.
Now I want to go ahead and once again mention Dump is they're at Skinny Door, but they are having a really hard time from Door 3. They've been getting pushed this whole time. I've been watching this for a little while now. They've been getting pushed from Door 3 for a while. I think TMNT really wants A point back because we've just been seeing them constantly battle this out the entire time I've been watching.
What I think TMNT could do a lot better here right now is more ally play. I see only 1 or 2 LAs, and they're doing it towards the enemies they're shooting rather than being behind them, and that's not what you want to do as an LA.
Yeah. Yeah, you want to be up on that SCU tower. You want to be up on some of those roofs where they're just not looking. And right now you just don't see the very strong LA play that you would expect in a Biolab. But I don't think it's going to matter too much because TMNT has just been doing a fantastic job when it comes to actually brute forcing their way in. We saw them just kind of battling out over here, Door 3 to the Foursquare. Although, as I said that, the Dump team did push them back. So yeah, if they had better LAs, I think or better LA play, I should say, they would be in a better spot here. Right now, they're still getting pushed on by Dump.
But, so the main thing I see these LAs doing actually is Troll C4, and I think that's really strong, but at some point you're gonna run out of nanites. Like, C4 is very expensive. So I think they should rather focus on shooting people with their guns and just use that C4 when opportunity arises for a big clump of enemy infantry. That being said, they do clear the dump team off the Foursquare side.
And door 3 as well. The Dump team was trying to do a push there. They just got pushed back off. There's a resonate going off, but they're gonna be cleared back off that fairly quickly. There is just a lot of fighting that's going to be revolving around this biolab, because I think TMNT is just going to hold Dump up for a long while in here. Once again, if Dump could do a coordinated push from one point to the next and then hold on to it for just a few seconds while they get the back cap set up, they'd be in a good spot. But it's so hard for them, because while they were good at coordination, they had a hard time when it came to piecemeal, and that's kind of what you have to do when it comes to biolabs. You have to be able to do smaller groups, group pushes, and
yeah, absolutely. They're good at death falling, very good, I think.
Yeah, for sure.
You need to do a bit of both in Biolab.
Ooh, great job by that LA there. When's that 1v1 against the Heavy?
TMNT once again has all 3 points. I don't think they're gonna hold this B point for very long in the L shape, but
and we'll see if
capping that for a bit gives them so much on time on the clock.
We'll see if Dump does the same strategy where they rep the gen with rep nades again, because right now the
they're fighting over the SEU here actually.
Yeah, TMNT's doing a great job at pushing right now. They're actually at the SKU mostly. Whereas the Dump team, looks like they're only just now recovering onto B, so they have to push from B over to SKU.
The inside yes.
Yeah, looks like they're getting it back.
There.
Yeah, it's mostly Dump in here, so they now have to take that momentum. They got to transition it into the next Foursquare if they want to keep this up.
I just saw a Dump heavy and a TMNT heavy walking right past each other. That looked incredibly stupid. That was beautiful.
Yeah, sometimes in the chaos, you know, you don't always see them.
You just miss them.
Yeah. Ooh. Smart play by that. Was that a heavy actually? Oh, that was a heavy up here on the tree. 0492. Doing what the LAs kind of have been neglecting to do, is do those tree flanks, kind of getting behind the Dump team.
Oh yeah. I've seen very few maxes recently from TMNT.
Mr. Bubbles gets flanked, but he takes out the other LA that was actually attacking him anyway. Fantastic, Mr. Bubble. And he got a C4 off over here at the Foursquare. Once again, got a couple kills there.
So I've seen a lot of down maxes, but I've only seen one TMNT max in about maybe 3-4 minutes.
I'm surprised at just how many dump maxes I've seen. I would have thought they were running a little bit lower on nanites at this point. They've been pulling them for a while. But you have noticed they've pulled only about 2 or 3 at a time, and it's been coordinated every time. I think they might be coordinating like who's pulling who or what at what time, so they don't run out of nanites. Because they have had force multipliers up almost the whole time, the entire match, throughout both halves.
Yeah, and that's really good. That's what you want to do.
That bit of micromanagement can really save you in the long run, because it means you've got a lot more nanites with long.
Comes down to resource management and resource attrition. Those force multipliers are just so strong, and if you run out of nanites, you have to deal with those maxes only with rockets. You don't even get C4 or your own maxes.
And you've seen how strong C4 is in LaneSmash. It is insane.
Oh yeah.
And here goes some more C4 right there. It took down about half the health off of that max. Actually, didn't take off much health at all off that max. He kind of had a bit of a laggy delay there.
Ooh, and there's a bolter sitting in the tree for TMNT. How the hell did he manage to sneak past?
Oh yeah!
He's dropping proxy mines.
Is that him? Oh yeah, that's 0492 again.
Oh
That's the same guy that was a heavy earlier. That's quite the play. EMP'd.
Who that could be, but I'm not sure if they're playing, so I don't want to call anyone.
Oh no, Mr. Bubbles does not see the bolter. He might get bolted here.
I think he killed him.
Oh, did he? Oh yeah, I think you're right. Yeah, yeah, he's dead over here.
Solid play.
Mr. Bubbles, look at him. He is getting some good flanks going on right now.
So if you want to get like Mr. Bubbles and spot every bolt ever, just come to an epic.
Yeah, very important training. If you want to be as good as Mr. Bubbles over here.
So TMNT is holding 2 points again, and they're continuously getting time on this clock that's ticking down for Dump.
Yeah. Meanwhile, Dump
Dump
has been holding this Foursquare fairly well the entire time. Once again, it's because of their resource management, because they've always have maxes ready to go, and they're holding on to this Foursquare every time with maxes. I don't know who's coordinating it, but they're doing a fantastic job when it comes to resource management.
Dump is actually on C point right now, and I think that's the first time we see them on the point since we've been in the Spiral Lab. That must have been a good push. Sadly, I dismissed it.
TMNT now pushing inside, or rather holding inside of this Foursquare. Dump now needs to get a coordinated push going into the Foursquare if they want to make sure that the timer does not run out too quickly, because TMNT just got cap onto B point over here. They're going to hold on to that for a few seconds while Dump tries to do a push over here on A. Meanwhile, C point,
TMNT retaking this C point very
4 minutes remaining.
Yeah, there goes
4
this.
4 minutes remaining in the match.
Not going to be able to win this, but Dump at least will want to get their home base at least emptied out. Maybe even push them out completely. You really don't want to lose to home base.
I'm not sure they'll be able to. TMNT has been so strong at getting timer on the space. Keeping that timer ticking and even continuously flipping the third point for a little bit. Just touching it gives you so much time.
Yeah, they had B point there for I think about 20 seconds maybe. Maybe a little less. So that's, you know, in the grand scheme of things, that doubles up as well. So
on the clock.
Yeah. That's a lot more than just 20 seconds.
Falling towards A again here, and it looks like they're gonna push in.
Yeah, here comes Dump back inside to A. I don't see maxes this time around. They might finally be out of resources when it comes to the max bolt. Oh, good C4 by the TMNT team. Just took out a good chunk of them in the middle. And we've got a max walking in, taking out everybody in the backside. Resnades going off. Looks like they're all for TMNT, so no Dump reses. TMNT holds on to C point. They also, once again, have B point with a couple of people, which is going to be a lot of time in the grand scheme of things. They've only got to hold it for...
They're not going to hold this
32
for long,
seconds.
It doesn't even matter if they hold this for long. Every time they hold it, it just speeds up the timer. And it's a great play every time they do get that. So it's totally worth having those 2 or 3 people, I'm not sure how many they're doing, just constantly going for that flip. And that's the generator up again. And I do say they repair nades against the wall, so yeah, I'm against. You just throw them against the wall here.
Yeah, that worked. 30 seconds left on the cap. Dump has to push them back out if they don't want this to be a home base cap for LaneSmash.
They are getting on A point.
Yeah, there goes.
No maxes, but strong infantry push in here. And this time they're ready on B point, they're holding it. A few people just sitting here waiting. So TMNT needs to commit to one of these points if they want to re-push them. Probably
gonna be A, yeah. It's probably gonna be A.
B is not a great point to hold and it's very far away for them. That max that they tried to push in immediately goes down.
Yeah, immediately. Fantastic coordinating on Dump's side there. They killed that thing very quickly.
There's an LA going through the middle of them and blowing them up.
Last minute, 1 minute remaining.
Last minute remaining for the Dump team to hold on to their home base.
Looks to me like they're gonna do it.
Yeah, I think Dump can.
But they're doing really well right now.
Yeah, I think Dump can actually hold on to A pretty well. Now that does leave B for the TMNT team, but they need to get both if they want to get this home base cap, which I'm sure they want to do because you always want to flex as hard as you can when it comes to that.
Oh yeah, and they do clear.
Yep, there goes the TMNT clear.
A. But that's not enough time. They need to flip that B point
Yeah.
if they want to capture. And Dump's just gonna sit on it and deny them, right?
Yeah, very likely.
That's what I expect. Yeah, there's people sitting on this point. They do not want to give us up this whole base.
Mm-hmm.
That's a smart thing to do. You don't want to do.
Yeah. Yeah, again, you don't want to lose the home base in LaneSmash.
Yeah. And
So,
I'm a bit surprised. Like, who's seen such strong showing from Dump in the beginning?
yeah. Yeah, that is surprising, but I think it wasn't so much that that Dump kind of lost it in the second half. They might have been a little bit shook or a little rattled just
end of round, end of game.
There goes the end of the round right there. They might have been a little shook from the from that TMNT
3 points to 1. Team captains, please switch to the waiting for interview.
So
yeah, they might have been a bit shook, but I think it's mostly just TMNT stepped it up even more.
Yeah, I think so. I think that TMNT just kind of learned from how slowly they were moving from Aurora Mats to Freyr, and they instead they switched gears. They really went fast on that back cap, and then they did the exact same thing when it came to the Manny Bio lab. They moved from Manny Lake to Manny Bio instantly. We saw all of that pop inside.
That's exactly
moving quick.
what we wished for, right? That's exactly like them learning from the first round.
Yeah. All right, so let's see who we got here. We got Reltor and it looks like 2 guys for the TMNT team. Let's go ahead
and German Mongo, yeah.
Yeah, let's bring him on.
Insufficient.
No, we have to go down.
Oh, we have to go down. Okay.
Yeah.
Channel switched.
Hey guys.
User joined your channel.
Hello.
Great. That was a great showing by both sides. That was actually really exciting, especially in that first half, to see how you guys kind of came back for the TMNT team and how that the Dump team kind of that opener was fantastic. So I want to congratulate both sides, and obviously I want to congratulate the winners, TMNT. You guys did a great job. Really picked it up and shifted into high gear. Really quick movement on that second half. So I have a couple of questions. I want to start with the Dump team because for that opener, that was a really cool play. We saw you guys just kind of hold off 2 minutes, let TMNT hold on to it, and then you came in last minute left and took it back. Was that planned, or was that just kind of like a accidental miracle that happened there?
Yeah, that was kind of our plan. We playing on this lane before in our practice match, what we noticed is that nothing mattered if we didn't win our vehicle battles in the beginning. So our plan was to really focus on those vehicle battles going in, and then worry about kind of the infantry afterwards. You know, just add about like 1 or 2 minutes, just throw everything we had at the point. Yeah.
It was a really strong opener. We could see that you guys you didn't even use very many resources considering, because of the amount of time that was left. Just kind of allowed you guys to hold on to it for only a few seconds. And then for the TMNT guys, we saw a lot of harasser play from you guys. Was that kind of like was that just like a thing that you guys wanted to coordinate and make sure you had harassers in the bases at all times, or was that like an individual, like you have really good harassers in your team that just know how to do that kind of thing?
Yeah, I mean that became apparent from our first practice match on that the harassers were one of our strong points, definitely. So yeah, just trying to play to that, our strong points. Didn't quite work out on Aurora, of course. That was not really intentional.
Yeah, we didn't see it too strong in Aurora, but when you guys moved over to Manny Lake, we saw that harasser play, fantastic harasser play, a lot. And me and Billy were both talking. We love to see harassers because you just don't see it very often anymore. So thank you for that.
Yeah, it was really fun to watch. And now, for the end of that first half, because I want to make a comment of this, you guys, the TMNT team specifically, you guys kind of moved really slowly from Aurora Mats to Freyr. And I wanted to know if you guys were actively aware of that, and then you went into the next half knowing that and wanted to improve on that, because that's what it seemed like. You guys moved a lot faster on that second half when it came to the back half. Or was...
I don't remember I think it was you, right?
Yeah, we switched the strategy around for the second round, for the second match, and we intentionally did have more people being ready and getting in for the pre-caps, multiple as well as infantry squad as well as vehicle squads, getting the job done, and the awareness for the pre-cap was more there in the second match. Yeah, that's why we could get them so fast and so good.
Yeah, you guys moved a lot faster in that second half. We were really impressed by that. And one more thing I want to note for the dump team. Did you guys have like somebody calling out who's pulling maxes at what point? Because we saw like a specific amount of maxes like the whole match, and we noticed you guys had them like the whole time too. What was going in with like resource management wise?
To be honest, I think that was mostly incidental.
Really?
I was mostly, I mean, I delegate a lot to my SLs in terms of what, like I basically I call for cheese and I need to see that. And to be honest, we had some problems pulling enough this match. I felt like we had our initial 3 and then that number should have been like 6 set points and they just never materialized.
Yeah. Well, I will say that we were really impressed just by how often we were able to see just an exact amount of maxes, and you just didn't seem like you were over committing on resources at any point because you just always had something available to go for you guys.
Yeah.
For the for that last little bit on the first half for the TMNT guys, what was really going on in your heads with that one? Because that cap at Aurora Mats was impressive. It was really good, and you guys did a great job with it. Were you knowing that you probably weren't going to get Sundays into that into that base? Did you go into that knowing that, or was that like just we have to deal with this kind of thing?
Yeah, exactly. Like just well, toward the end, it just kind of fell in place. Like most of the vehicles were down, most of the air was down. So to hell with it. Let's all go infantry. Just sit on that point, get that point through. We did have plans to deal with the vehicles in the opening, and I think we did that somewhat. I wasn't there. But yeah, toward the end we just had to pull everything in, and same on Biolab, obviously.
Yeah. Well, both sides, you guys did a fantastic job. That was a really exciting match to watch. So I want to thank you both. And again, congratulations to the TMNT team for your win there.
Thank you.
And Billy, did you have anything you wanted to add before we?
No, thanks. Great game, guys. Really impressed by that comeback from TMNT. I had great fun watching it.
Yeah. That the dump momentum at the beginning and then the TMNT comeback after that was just that was fantastic to watch. So again, thank you guys. Congratulations to the TMNT guys. Let me just sorry, I don't have the next match open. Relter, you wouldn't happen to know what the next match will be tomorrow, I believe it is. I just want to sign off knowing.
Pull for you real
Thank
quick.
you.
The next match tomorrow is GSG and Voon at 23 UTC. Okay,
so the next match tomorrow, 23 UTC rather. GSG versus Voon. Make sure you guys log in and watch that tomorrow. That is going to be it for this match. Thank you all for watching, and we'll see you next